We're broadcasting live from fabulous Las Vegas. Episode 321, get maximum rewards for your XAND tokens. So first of all, if you don't know Xandeum, Xandeum is implementing a scalable storage layer for the Solana chain. It's the first scaling solution for Solana. So if you don't know what it is, hover over to xandeum.network and you'll get all the information that you need. But for today, if you have XAND tokens and you only have XAND tokens if you were in the Xandeum Classic in the predecessor project, right? So if you're there and you already have XAND tokens, you can now get maximum rewards because the token launch for the XAND token is going to be 1 week from now on October 29th, Tuesday, October 29th, exactly 1 week before Election Day in the US and at 9 a.m. Pacific time, right? So that's when trading starts for the XAND token. So if you have, if you are someone that was in the previous project, right? Or if you're an airdrop recipient in airdrop number 1, you will be able to claim your tokens 24 hours earlier. So you will get it 24 hours before the actual launch, right? So you can claim your new XAND tokens, but you will only be able to trade them 24 hours later on the launch date on October 29th. So now you have your new XAND tokens in your Phantom wallet, and you can stake them, right? So we are offering XAND token staking. That is super exciting. That's something we never had before. There are no real platforms out there where you can do token staking easily. We might work with a platform named Streamflow later on, but for now we decided to just do it in our own staking contract, right? So token staking means you will get extra rewards. You will get extra XAND tokens just for staking your XAND for a certain amount of time. But hey, now you might be saying, hey, this is all operated by the DAO, right? Shouldn't it be the DAO that decides on these staking programs, right? And I absolutely agree. This is all a DAO thing. So what we're going to do on that day before launch, on October 28th, the Monday, you can claim your XAND tokens 1 day early. You have them in your Phantom wallet, and there will be a staking contract where you can stake them for 6 weeks. That is 42 days. So that's the experiment in the very beginning. That will go through the DAO, but it will be a council vote in the DAO. So our security council will just vote for that. So we expect that DAO proposal to go through. And then we will have XAND token staking for the first 6 weeks, 42 days, right? What we are offering there, and if you do that before trading starts, that means these tokens will only be tradable after 6 weeks, right? So you're basically locking them up for 6 weeks. And, if you believe in the long-term success of the project, you can do that. And what we'll give you for these first 6 weeks is an APY of 25%, right? So APY means annual percentage yield, right? So that means annualized, it will be 25%. That doesn't mean you get 25% for these 6 weeks, right? You will only get, the week has 52 weeks and you're only staking it for 6 weeks in the beginning. So you get that share, that part of the 25%. And which comes down to, we'll do the exact math with, compound interest and everything. It's going to be like 2.6, 2.7% or something for these 42 days, which is still a lot of tokens, right? We might have up to 205 million tokens being eligible for this. So if everyone stakes these for 42 days, then it will be over 2 million XAND being paid out in rewards, right? And now you might ask, where are these rewards coming from? These are all the extra rewards, right? So it's totally up to you. You can claim them 1 day before trading. and then stake them for 42 days. And after these 42 days are over, it will all be part of the DAO whether to continue offering these XAND token staking, or how high the rewards will be, or whether it's going to be limited for just a certain amount of XAND that you can stake, or whatever. This is all a decision of the DAO, and it should be a decision of the DAO, because the token holders control the DAO, and it might be a discussion, right, whether we continue that after 6 weeks or no. We just wanted to offer it for the first 6 weeks so that we have some experience, right? And we have some real world data so the DAO can decide after these 6 weeks are over whether we want to continue this program or no. And then you might ask, well, where are these tokens, these rewards tokens coming from? So let's go back to our tokenomics here. It's on the Xandeum.network website, and we have the XAND tokenomics right here. And here in the DAO, so here you see, this is the DAO allocation. There's a foundation allocation. These are the Xandeum Classic holders, the team, and the airdrops. This 7.5% for all 5 airdrops, right? So it's only one small slice of it here for airdrop number 1. So, and for the DAO breakdown, we have the staking rewards, right? So that's a total of 200 million XAND here that have been earmarked for staking rewards, right? So that's exactly where these rewards are coming from. It's going to be a maximum of like 2 million or even 4 million. It could be even 5 million tokens, right? So a maximum of 205 million XAND will be eligible for this program if everyone goes for that staking. It could be up to 205 million XAND, and then 2.6% of that. So that might be up to 5 million XAND, right? Up to 5 out of these 200 and 200, where is it again? Out of these 200 million XAND tokens earmarked for staking rewards, right? And these staking rewards are twofold, right? It's actually the staking rewards for staking in the liquid pool, in the storage-enabled liquid staking solution, but it can also be used for the staking rewards for the XAND token, right? So we're going to be doing that, offering that, and I don't think all 205 million will make use of that, but we will see. But that's an exciting offer, right? It's an exciting offer that we're offering for the first 42 days. And now you might ask, should I do that or should I not do that? And, leave them liquid for these 42 days and trade them on the exchange. And, honestly, that's your personal decision, right? I can't make any financial advice here. Nothing in this channel and in this video is financial advice. But I can go through with you what would be the advantages or disadvantages of taking that staking offer. And also, I will answer the question, what's good for the project? What's good for, the team behind Xandeum, the Xandeum Foundation? What would be the best way, the best thing to do? And I'll give you a little bit of deep dive on that later in this video. But this will be a good time for you to smash that like button for me, because it really helps the YouTube algorithm. It helps get the word out about the Xandeum project to the world. And also leave me some comments here, because as you know, commenting on this video, and just as so many other tasks, will all give you points for airdrop number 2. Okay, so should you now take that staking offer or not? I mean, it's 42 days, 6 weeks. It's 2-point-something%, right? It's an APY, an annualized return of 25%, which is quite high, right? So everyone, if every of your investments would be 25%, and many people make 1,000%, 2,000, 10,000% with some of our investments, right? But we make negative returns with other of our investments, right? If it's on average in the long term 25%, you are one of the top investors of the world, right? top VCs, Silicon Valley, they make this 20 to 25% in the long run. Warren Buffett is below that, right? I think it's even below 20 right now with the last decade or two where his returns really got a bit lower than they were before for many decades. So 25% is huge, even for a risky project, right? So we feel 25% APY is really, really good. And you did the math, right? It's a lot of new tokens that will be paid out of that rewards pool, out of the DAO reserve. So if you believe in the project long term and think like, oh, wait a minute, the Xandeum project is just in the early days, right? We're making a lot of publicity now. There's lots of articles about Xandeum in the press. So if you Google it, Google Xandeum, you find a lot of things about Xandeum, and we're launching this. But what happens when the next steps in the roadmap become apparent, right? So the very next steps is launching that PNode network. If we have a lot of people operating their PNodes and actually running an early version of our storage layer on there, that's going to be huge, right? That will create more demand for the token. And then again, if then the solution is really working and we have the first apps like Xandipedia that showcases everything, that will be another big boost. And think about having a decentralized Wikipedia, how great that is for the press. So we will get a lot of organic press coverage at that point in time, right? And then once the solution is fully functional, right, and anyone can use our documentation and build storage-enabled decentralized apps on top of Xandeum, well, that's when the solution is actually working, right? Then we should be at a, way higher market cap, right? I can speculate about that. It's likely going to be a 10 to 20 to 30x from the launch until the solution is actually working, and then if we then at some point have a lot of projects actually building on Xandeum, right? And the end vision of like normal non-storage enabled apps actually becoming extinct, and it's going to be the default for new Solana projects to use the storage layer, right? Which would be the natural course of things from my point of view, because for regular programs that don't run on the blockchain, all of them are storage enabled, right? So if that happens, and then, most Solana programs, and of course, a lot of things can go wrong until then, right? But that will definitely be on top of the 10 to 20 to 30x, that will have the potential for another 10 to even another 100x, right? And then that vision comes into place where, we're going to be one of the top 3 blockchain projects out there, right? And can rival Solana's market cap and things like that. So that's how everything works. So if you believe in that and you just lock it up for 42 days, you get, a lot more tokens. That should be a no-brainer for people that believe in us long term, right? But obviously, this is not financial advice, and everyone has their reasons to want to sell early. And, make no mistakes, the first few weeks are always the most critical, right? There's a lot of token holders, and there might be a lot of people in there with the airdrop that, don't know much about the project and that just saw it to, make a quick buck on helping us in social media and then sell their token, and that's fine, right? That's absolutely fine. But oftentimes, the ones that do want to sell, they do it early, so there might be a dip really early on. And what's good for the project and for all of us is we want to look that dip not as pronounced, right? So that's why we're offering this staking for the first 6 weeks. So you can help, keep the token price up in the early days, which will also help us long term. And so that's something. And, if you think like, oh, maybe it's gonna drop, and the best moment to sell is in the first minute or something like that, then I can understand that. But, you know, from the point of view of the project, even the first minute is kind of important, right? We want that first candle in the chart to go up, right? So if you want to help the project, well, buy in the first minute, right? And help us get that first candle up. I will definitely do that, and I know a few other people that want to buy during the first minute when we're up. So that'd be just awesome. And otherwise, yeah, if you want to gain these extra rewards for those 6 weeks, do that. We will publish the link on where you can deposit it into our staking contract real soon. So what you should do and want to do is just go to Xandeum.network here on our homepage, and here's that subscribe here. You see that, the right thing, subscribe, and you can subscribe to our Discord channel, to our email list, follow us on X, do all of that, right? Subscribe to this YouTube channel, obviously. So stay up to date here. The Discord is important. The email list is also important. X is super important. So do all of this and subscribe to this YouTube channel, of course. And then you will stay up to date, and we will update you with the link on where you can stake your XAND tokens 1 day before the launch. This window is only open for 24 hours, right? 24 hours before the launch until just before the launch, right? So if you put them into that staking contract, 42-day staking contract, you will get that 25% APY, and then we'll have some experience with how that staking goes. How much has it cost the DAO to do that? What was the return that we got, that you guys got, and what did it work with helping, you know, keeping the price somewhat stable and reducing some volatility that we see in many of these projects in the first few weeks. And then the DAO can decide, and likely the foundation will just abstain from these votes, or at least, you know, listen to what the community has to say, because I feel that basically should be a community decision, right? It's about, like, do we want to offer staking to maintain the token price and, you know, probably short term keep the token price up, short term give some extra rewards for the ones that already have those tokens, but that comes at the expense of some long-term vision, right? Because the DAO will need these tokens to do like community grants later on, to do hackathons, to do so many other things, and some marketing programs and liquidity providers and all these things, right? So it's a little bit of trade-off between you know, keeping the price managed short term and maybe boosted a little bit short term, versus, you know, keeping these rewards tokens in the DAO for things that help the project and help the XAND price in the long term, right? So that's not an easy decision. And, you know, we had a lot of discussions here internally. Do we want to offer that? And then we agreed on, let's do it for the first 6 weeks, and then we have some experience. And the first 6 weeks are important also for, you know, how our token graph and pricing graph looks like. And I hope it helps that. And we will see after 6 weeks. So, and I understand this is a thing that, you know, has a lot of pros and cons. So I'm really, really keen on hearing your comments down here in that section, and what you think about this. But in the end, it's an offer. Nobody has to take it. I think it will be great. I will definitely do it for my tokens because, well, it's kind of my project, and, you know, I believe in it, and we'll definitely do it, and we will see, you know, how much of that will be staked for the first 6 weeks, and then we'll have some data after 6 weeks and discuss it in the DAO. I think that's exciting news. We're looking for some way of offering token staking with some other providers out there, and up until now, no provider has really convinced us. So we just decided to have our own staking contract. It's going to be a very simple thing, right? So it's just you can only stake it once per wallet, right? So you need to take an amount, right? It doesn't have to be all your XAND, right? It can be a part of it, but if you later want to top it up, just to keep things simple on our end and not put so much strain on the developers to develop a complicated thing, you cannot top it up, right? So let's say you have 1,000 XAND, and then you say, okay, I want to stake 100. And then an hour later, you feel like, maybe I wanted to stake 500. So I want to top it up with another 400. You can do that, but what you have to do is in your Phantom wallet, just create a new account in the Phantom wallet, transfer these to that new wallet account, and then put them in there under a new wallet account, right? That is just there to make things easy on our end and to not put that much development effort into doing this staking contract. So it's just one stake amount per wallet address, and feel free to, if you later find out you want to top it up, you can easily do that with just creating a new account. And yeah, that was my my little overview here, and it's exciting news. I feel it's going to be live next Monday for 24 hours, and I can't wait to see how many of you and how many tokens will actually do that, and then we have a good basis for discussion later on in the DAO whether we want to keep it up and keep offering that or not, or maybe at a lower APY or maybe at a higher APY, whatever it might be, right? So as for today, though, thanks so much for watching. Catch you guys later. Peace.